Hey guys, All in Crypto here, and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for another YouTube video. I hope you've all had an amazing weekend. Today we're going to be giving a Cardano update video, and things are looking exceptionally strong, ladies and gentlemen. If you're a Cardano holder right now, you have a very bright future in front of you. That is my belief, and we're going to be sharing that in this video. Yesterday, Charles Hoskinson gave an AMA. First of all, apologies for not bringing a video out yesterday. We've got lots going on in the All in Crypto space. We're trying to release certain products. And we're also looking, we're doing a lot with the stake pool, we're visiting charities, we're trying to tie up a load of loose ends. So we took yesterday as the opportunity to kind of do that. But we're back, we're going to be making up for lost time. We're going to be covering what Charles Hoskinson spoke about in his AMA, or at least some of it. There is so much, I could make 5 videos worth of what he spoke about yesterday. But we're going to cover a very important point. He answered a lot of questions that were on the forefront of many of your minds out there. And this clip, it's only a short clip, around about 2 minutes out of the entirety of the 1 hour, nearly 2 hour video, is really him talking about what's currently going on and the criticism. We've been here before. This is a very common occurrence after a hard fork. The hype kind of gets built up into these hard forks. We've spoken about it on the channel. And it's one reason we're so confident that Cardano is going in the direction that it is, because we've not seen anything out of the ordinary take place yet. History is rinsing and repeating. And we are going to get into the charts. We're going to be bringing up again our kind of cheat sheet for Cardano that we had mapped out, where we applied the Wall Street cheat sheet to the Cardano chart. But what I really want to do, guys, before I waffle on, like you know I like to do on this channel, is dive into this, because this is going to answer a lot of questions that many of you have on your minds. We also will take a little look at Bitcoin. So without further ado, guys, let's play the clip, and then we're going to talk about it and get into the rest of the video.
It's another thread that's going on. You see, so it's a very busy ecosystem now, and there's many people waking up in many walks of life that are working extremely hard at growing, iterating, refining this ecosystem. Now, with success comes criticism. We've noticed post-conference a fairly significant wave of social media criticism that's come. Usually it stems around price, and that's to be expected. There's usually a big buildup and some draw off, and some people think that that's the worst thing in the world.
I just want to stop that there. I will let the video play, but this is regarding what we've been talking about a lot on this channel, that you see this price action on the lead up to a hard fork, and then after it with a kind of fizzling out of the hype, before you see this kind of consolidation and then continuation. And that's what we're expecting, guys. I am telling you right now, I am extremely confident in what I'm saying. It's not gospel, you know. People can be wrong, but I'm very confident in what I'm saying to you, and genuine, which I think is the main point. And I love that Charles actually acknowledges price. You have a lot of people out there that act holier than thou, and they'll say they don't want to talk about price. I've got big news for you. The vast majority, 98% of people are in crypto due to the price. It's what comes with any kind of an emerging technology. Look at the dot-com boom. Look at the dawn of the computer age, which is crazy. I mean, we all use computers nowadays. That's how that technology has infected and infested humanity. Blockchain is on a similar trajectory, in much the same way that the internet followed the blueprint set out for computers, and now you have blockchain, which kind of all adds everything together. I'm going to stop waffling and play the rest of the clip.
I do not care, and I frankly don't read it, don't engage with it, interface with it, any of these things. And no one, I think, in the ecosystem really cares at this point. Every single metric of Cardano is looking real strong, every metric. And, you know, this Africa tour, we've met now with 2 heads of state, the president of Burundi and the president of Zanzibar. Zanzibar is politically semi-autonomous. Burundi is obviously its own nation. And there's overwhelming demand for what Cardano offers in the e-governance domain and the identity domain. And there's a lot of excitement about Catalyst in particular. We've met with a lot of startup accelerators and incubators. There's a huge flow of businesses that want to build on Cardano, that actually think it's a good idea. And we're here. We probably are going to have dozens of deals that come out of all the meetings that we've had here in Africa, and we're struggling to find the resources to accommodate them. And that's just our reality as one company, one member of the Cardano ecosystem. We see the dApps being built on Cardano. Many of them are now funded For example, the World Mobile Project over in Zanzibar has $40 million of capital. They are deploying a nation-scale ISP with Cardano at the bedrock of it that will cover 1.8 million people. And I expect that rollout from touring the sites and looking at their technology to take about 12 to 24 months. We're already in discussions about how we can port that to Kenya and examine other jurisdictions like Burundi, which only at the moment has 2.6% connectivity. Train's moving. And there's great ventures that are exploring these things, like KBI, for example, Promoter Viswana's venture. There's others like DC Spark, another company that's run by Nico and Seba, and they've just announced the EVM sidechain in the ecosystem, independent of the Mamba sidechain. So people are already starting to write Solidity code that can be executed and fueled and powered by ADA. Okay, there's tens of thousands of NFTs that have been issued in the last 2 months.
By the way, when he says EVM, he's talking about the Ethereum virtual machine, which essentially would allow people who use Solidity to essentially use the Cardano blockchain in a very user-friendly way. I mean, what I'm really trying to highlight here, guys, is the fundamentals are undeniably strong. You know, this is why we see institutions piling into Cardano. We've covered that in prior videos. The train is just getting moving. In regards to Cardano today, in comparison with where it is going to, you are right at the start, ladies and gentlemen. Crypto as a whole is right at the start of its journey. Yes, you're not as early as if you got in 2017 or 2013. But in regards to this long-scale adoption that crypto is yet to embark on, you're right at the start, guys, and you're positioned in a very powerful place. I'll play a few more seconds of this, and then we're going to get into what we have sort of lined out for you for the rest of the video.
And over $100 million, I think, of economic activity surrounding the NFTs. So apparently our native asset standard is quite popular there, and it's growing in scope. So that's just a brief update. It's hard to completely stay connected to everything because we're doing so much work here in Africa. It's currently 9:42 p.m.
We'll leave it there, guys. You get the point. You get what I'm trying to reiterate. We've got a number of other videos that we're going to be covering certain other elements of what he spoke about here. At the start of the video, he spoke about dApps, the kind of rollout for dApps and the Plutus backend actually being properly integrated in November. And he's saying that, look, you're going to start to get dApps in November through to sort of February. That's the kind of timeline we're looking at. And this is where we're going to see DeFi really blossom on Cardano. And ultimately, I believe that's going to have a fantastic effect on the price due to it being more used, more utilized. If it did anything and follows the kind of roadmap that Ethereum did with its DeFi summer, it's going to do very well. The price of Ethereum is very heavily correlated with the usage of DeFi. So we're unbelievably excited. And I'm happy to take on all the negativity, all the negative comments, because ultimately in this game, it's all about who has the last laugh. And I'm not trying to laugh at anybody, but, you know, many people out there, very frustrated, very impatient. You know, our time is coming, and we've been saying this to you since we pulled back all the way over here. We covered this with you the other day. This is the Wall Street cheat sheet, and this is how Wall Street map out the psychology of markets. We did a lot longer video on it, and where we actually pinpointed as an exercise where we are in this emotional kind of cycle. And this is what Wall Street used to enter and exit a market. And this is where you are, guys. You're in the depression stage, the anger and depression stage, and you're moving into this repeating. And these cycles, the Wall Street cheat sheet, guys, is evident everywhere. It really sums up your Elliott wave theory, because this is how markets move. They move in a wave-like fashion, and it's very evident. And ultimately, on a short-term time frame, we did tweet about this. For those of you who aren't following me on Twitter, guys, head over to @RealAllInCrypto. I give a lot more timely updates and I'm a lot more frequent with my posts. Here we're talking about the fact that we believe a W double bottom is on the table for Cardano, because ultimately history repeats, guys, and it's looking like this is what you're going to do. You're going to see something like this where you come down and you do that. But that's on the short term. Short term is very hard to call, but long term is a lot more easy. And those of you who've been following me for a while now will know that we've got those calls absolutely spot on in terms of a macro trajectory for ADA. Bitcoin actually looks really good. We're seeing a perfect retest of this falling wedge that you've broken out of. You set up this falling wedge structure. These falling wedges are present all over the place with Bitcoin. And these are reversal structures. We've seen a bit of a pullback. Bitcoin looks extremely healthy, guys, and we're expecting more continuation. I believe in the next couple of months, you're going to see pretty spectacular things take place for the crypto space. we are going to be releasing a video in regards to when the Bitcoin bull run actually tops out. Because we follow the Bitcoin 4-year cycle theory, we've spoken about it time and time again. But there's a lot of evidence. I mean, the evidence is almost factual at this point that cycles from the peak of the previous high to the next high in regards to your cycle is lengthening. That time period is lengthening. So it does look like we are going to actually top out into next year. Doesn't mean that we're not going to see fantastic things this year. It just means that we're going to see a bit of an extended cycle. And we know that altcoins last bull run, so 2017 actually went into 2018, and that's when a lot of them topped out after Bitcoin. So things are looking good, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, we do have the stake pool. We are still looking for delegators. I've not really been pushing it, but I would absolutely love to get to the point where this stake pool is minting blocks and we actually establish ourselves as a stake pool. I'm going to release the Discord tomorrow. Apologies for delaying on this. I just wanted to make sure some of the people helping me were all in order and that everything with the stake pool is running smoothly. We've also got some of the news that we've been doing with charities, some of the charities that we're looking at, what they're doing, coming up as well. So we really are trying to grow that community. And one thing I would really like the Discord to be as well, it is very stake pool focused, but I would also like to give, maybe if we schedule every other week or something, a topic to talk about as a community all together, where we can learn from one another and go over things, perhaps like the Bitcoin 4-year cycle theory or where Cardano's prices go. You name it, guys. There's 1,000,001 topics we could cover. So that's really all I have for you. If you've not already watched the AMA, I have retweeted it on my Twitter. It's well worth a watch, ladies and gents. It's brilliant, and he talks about a number of things, and I think he feels like he has to do this because you've got a lot of restless people in the community. I'm not going to be selling any of my Cardano anytime soon, guys, because I know what's coming. I actually bought more Cardano today for the specific use case of using it in DeFi. I used a lot of Ethereum's DeFi apps. I was a big fan of Compound and Aave. I was a big fan of farming those apps for yield, providing liquidity to Uniswap. I've done it all, guys, and I'm looking forward to mimicking that on Cardano at a far cheaper price. I mean, Ethereum right now, the only interaction I'm having with Ethereum is really on Polygon because the gas fees are just insane. I had to merge a token yesterday, or migrate it, I should say, and the fees were just unbelievable. And I just thought this is the opposite of what blockchain set out to achieve. So that's really all I have for you. That's not me hating on Ethereum. I hate the gas fees. I think Ethereum's a great project. I like the team. But I think Cardano is a serious competitor, and anybody that underlooks and underestimates that is going to be seriously wrong or proven wrong into the future, I believe. I'm going to love and leave you guys. We covered a number of things. It was just a short and sweet update. Remember our Wall Street cheat sheet, where we are. How many of you guys are feeling the anger and depression right now? Use yourself as an indicator. Human beings are the best indicators we have in these markets. This is why this cheat sheet was created, and it's very applicable to crypto. It doesn't just apply to crypto, it applies to markets in general. It's why you have the ELLIOT wave theory, and you can see this is a wave-like. Can you see this? Wave-like structure. I'm going to love and leave you. Enjoy the rest of your Sundays. Remember, we've got the stake pool all in. Ellie delegations would be fantastic. We will get to the point when we start minting blocks, whether it's in a short period of time or a longer period of time. That is something I'm confident of. It's a matter of time. I'm going to love and leave you guys. Have a fantastic Monday tomorrow, and I'll be back with another update. See you.